Hi! Happy New Year's Eve. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Nancy Obonyo. I currently live and work in the US. Prior to this, I was living and working in Thailand as a teacher. Then 2 years ago, I made a really big change in my life and went back to school to do a master's in global affairs and changed my entire career from teaching to international development. It's all related. Well, it's kind of related. One day I'll tell this entire story on my channel, how I went from being an engineer. Well, I didn't really practice as an engineer, but I did chemical engineering, changed all the way to international development. Anyways, the reason why I'm doing this video is this morning I woke up and I'm not supposed to be working today, but I had to do a few things this morning. Those things could only be done today. So after I had I've put away the laptop now. I'm not going to look at it until the 2nd. Then I started thinking of what the year 2024 has been. Actually, no, I've been thinking about this quite a lot. 2024 has been a mix of so many things. It's been a mix of big wins, small wins, very big mistakes, like just a mix of good and bad, big achievements, small achievements, things going not as planned. But yeah, then I decided, as I have my tea, let me talk about this. So it was 2024 that I graduated with the MGA, something that I'm truly, truly grateful for. And it's also as I said, you all know I was at Notre Dame. Only now Only now I'm appreciating being at Notre Dame because Notre Dame is quite a big deal. Yes, and that's a good thing. And then the other thing about Notre Dame is I was there on full scholarship. So for 2 years, I didn't worry about money at all, at all, at all. Like the only money I had to spend for my education was my flight from Thailand to the US. Everything after that, they catered for. Guys, they bought me a laptop. They paid for my rent for about 3 months when I was in Nigeria. Like, looking back, I'm truly grateful. They paid for my flight to DC, like twice to DC. One was in February when we were presenting the work that we did in Northern Nigeria. And then the other was when I attended a SID conference. That's where I got my current employer. So really shout out to Notre Dame. I don't know who we should thank, but Notre Dame, we truly, I am grateful. So yeah. And then the other thing about Notre Dame that by the way, I'm wearing a Notre Dame thing today. This is the logo. It was not planned. I promise. It was not planned. But anyways, what was I going to say about Notre Dame? So if you're in America, people, I don't want to say crazy, but the sport that most people watch here is football. And it's not Man United or Liverpool or that. It's football. They call that football soccer. It confuses me so much. I know nothing about football, but I know that Notre Dame does really well in football, and we would host a number of football games and things like that. I only went to once. I still don't understand it. And these days, when I meet someone, the first thing they want to talk about is football. I know nothing about football, aside from the fact that the coach looks good and they stand a lot during the games. Anyways. Yeah. So anyways, that was 2024, the year that I graduated. It was also the year that I moved from Indiana to Virginia to start a new life. Something that I've been saying quite a lot on this channel that has been quite challenging, because you are a student who has full stipend and you get support in any way you want until graduation comes and they cut that funding. And you're like, whoa, these people really spoiled us. Anyways, so yeah, moved states from Indiana to Virginia, got my first job in international development, I attended my first conference in international development sometime in May. And then sometime in July, got a job in international development, and I got this job through the SID conference that I had attended in May, because that's where I met my employer, my current employer. It was also this year that I had a taste of corporate America, and I can tell you it's an experience. Anyways, it was also 2024 that I had a taste of being broke, like properly being broke. By being broke, I mean, you don't have like money to fall back on. And I'll give an example. Sometime in, was it October or November, my phone completely broke down. The screen like completely just was white. Half of it, not half of it, like 3/4 of my screen was white. I couldn't look at that screen for a few seconds. But thank goodness for Angela in my life. Angela, thank you so much. I'm truly glad you're in my life. First of all, you listen to all my complaints. Then you come through for me when I need a phone. Angela gave me her phone, which I was using for about over a month, because I just didn't have money to buy it. And then during that time, my laptop broke, personal laptop broke. And yeah, the screen just went blank. Completely. Like one day I was watching Netflix on my bed, and then it started going blank from one side, and then it just closed as I was looking. Do you know how helpless I felt? Like, you look at your laptop closing from like this. And then I went to Apple and asked them if they would, do an exchange. They told me my laptop was valueless, like $0. I couldn't do an exchange. I couldn't do anything. So I had to get a new laptop. This is how I know that I was broke, because I didn't have money to fall back on. Like, I hadn't saved anything, even though I had been working for 3 months. But I have been working for 3 months. I had moved into a new house with nothing. And I live in Arlington. Cost of living here is quite high. So yeah, that's the other thing I realized happened this year. I made very, very a bad financial decision. This house that I'm staying in, it's a bit pricey, and I live by myself. Like, I want the freedom, but it comes at a cost. Anyways, so yeah, made bad decisions. Learned that sometimes we have to be uncomfortable before everything gets nice. I am 100% sure if I opted to have a roommate, life would be easier. But then I like my freedom. Only a few people might understand this. Anyways, yeah, 2024, very interesting year, very interesting, because the other thing about like living by myself is I'm in my mid-30s. I don't want to share, but I don't have the money. It's such I don't know. It's a mix of so many things. The other thing I also learned in 2024 is not learned, like things that happened. Well, anyways, this is things happened. What I learned is you don't have to have things figured out. Truly, you really do not have to. I feel like most people do not have it figured out. I feel like our parents. Well, I think my mom has it figured out. I think my mom knows where she wants her life going now. But like, most people don't have things figured out, and that's fine. Truly, it's fine. I am a few years away from 40. I'm still like, oh my God, what do I want? Do I want that land? Do I want that apartment in Kilimani? Okay, well, I kind of know that. I know that I want that apartment somewhere. Not in Kilimani, but yeah. I know for a fact I don't want to get to 40 and still be struggling for money. I don't want that. And so on that note, if you know of easier ways of making money other than taking my clothes off, I would appreciate it. That reminded me, guys, I started a business in 2020 during the pandemic in Thailand with my teaching money. And it did well. As the other girls were taking off their clothes and shaking nyash on the internet. I was dancing on the internet with my clothes, fully clothed, and I made money. I'm not trying to shame anyone. Sometimes I think, I'm only broke because I have morals. You know, I have some self worth. That's why I'm only broke. Anyways, the other thing I learned this year is that it's okay to miss out. I'm okay to miss out on some things right now. Truly. I'm okay to not attend everything or know everything. I'm okay to miss out on certain things. And I'm also learning that I don't have to give anyone an explanation. Yes. The other thing I remembered in 2024 is I let people in my life, people that I shouldn't have let in my life. But I also believe, when you look at your relationships, like the people you've met, everyone you've met has taught you something about yourself or something that, like things you can take and things you can't take. Yeah. On that note, I'm really grateful for the friends I've made, truly. Anyways, yeah, that has been 2024 has honestly been quite interesting. I will talk about other stuff like corporate America, maybe much later. It's been interesting, honestly. The work culture in America and the work culture in Thailand are very different, and yeah, it's taken a lot of getting used to. I always thought of myself as someone who is easily adaptable. Hey! Anyways, I was not going to say I don't think I easily adapt, but I think I do. I said this in my CV all the time. I think I adapt easily. I thought that because, I've lived in very many different cultures, not very many, a number of different cultures, from Thai to America. Like with the America culture, sometimes I'm just so shocked. So many things are shocking me. It's just shocked in the sense that it's so different. Yeah. Anyways, what else did I learn in 2024? There was something that, yes, this one is a big one for me. And I find myself falling victim of this quite a lot. When I plan something, if it doesn't go as planned, I feel so bad, and like I can dwell on that for a long time. Be it, let me not go too deep into it, but yeah, but I realized that we want to see big changes. Like I want to go from not having money right now to having money next year. And it's okay. Like I'm only human to do like that. It's very uncomfortable to be broke. If I had options of doing other jobs, I would 100% do it. But the visa I'm on doesn't allow that. So we really focus on the really big changes, but we forget that there are small wins here and there that are also worth celebrating. I felt so stuck in Thailand. Guys, I don't think my tea is getting cold. Hold on. I don't think I can explain to you enough how much I felt stuck in Thailand, And that was about 4 years ago. I was still comparing myself to the people I went to college with. Like, when you come on this on social media, people are doing so well. Like your friends who, let's say, got a job immediately after university. They started advancing in life. Like you see people getting promotions, you see people getting married, people getting children, and I'm just here in Thailand, being a teacher. Like, I'm not even going to lie to you. Like, being a teacher in Thailand was not something that I planned. No, I didn't. I was in Kenya for about 1.5 years after coming back from South Africa and not getting a job. After 1.5 years, you start thinking, Is it me? Is something wrong with me? Like, I don't think anyone talks about it, but unemployment can play with your psyche a lot. And no one talks about how big a deal this is in Kenya. You know, the other day when I made a Facebook post and someone reached out to me. It's such a bleak story. Like, people have degrees here and there, good degrees with no employment. I mean, if you do not know anyone, if your father, your brother, or who doesn't know anyone in Kenya, it's just luck to some point. And no one talks about this. So yeah, I didn't have employment for 1.5 years in Kenya. I only practiced like as an intern twice. And then I went to this organization in Athi River. I remember I took a bus for I don't know how long. No, hey, let me not go to, I will tell this story some other time. Anyways, I went to this organization in Athi River. They told me they do not allow female engineers in their production line. And I knew I was going to get this a lot. Anyways, I didn't get any employment in Kenya to be an engineer. If I had my way, I would have probably been in Kenya practicing as an engineer. But you see that thing I said at the beginning, that everything happened as it should. I didn't get that job, went to Thailand, somewhere in the middle there, got tired of it, and now here I am. I actually like what I'm doing right now. Truly. I truly like what I'm doing right now. But anyways, yeah, it's quite bleak how things turn out. I've lost my train of thought, but what I wanted to say is we focus so much on little things that we've done for big things that we forget to celebrate the small things. I appreciate, or I am truly grateful how far I have come. And I know 2025 only has the best from me. I honestly feel like I am like starting from here. The only other way is up. So yeah, I do not have any goals written down. I do not have goals written down for 2025. I am going to take it one step at a time. I only have one goal that I'm not going to say right now. I will say it later on. But yeah, going into 2025, that goal, going into 2025, being very intentional with the people I bring in my life, because I realize that those people really do have a great impact in your life. Also, you know, not pressurizing myself too much to have it all figured out, you know? And not allowing people just because you want to have people in your life. My friend Zadie says this a lot, like, don't allow people just because you want to have people in your life. And I already have people in my life. So anyways, whatever it is that 2024 was for you, I hope it's only better for you in 2025. Yeah. And those of you who do goals, kudos. Maybe I'll start doing mine later. But for now, I'll go with the flow and believe and trust that things will happen as they should. Anyways, that has been me. I have decided that since there isn't much to do in Arlington, every week I'll come to my gray couch and we will talk about life experiences as a millennial in their mid-30s, starting over, and single. That's a story for another day. Thanks for coming. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.